Alright, so welcome back. Hoping you're having a fabulous day here today. Again, AOT's ending, Elaine's starting, but guess what? We always talk about this when it's 7 days prior to the event actually beginning. Realize now that 7 days from today, we'll start getting the teasers, because it's a festival theoretically. If there is no festival, you have to realize this now. This is the only time that there's no certain fact that there is a festival, because this festival is a flip one, right? Where at any point they can flip it, they put anything they want there. It doesn't have to be a festival. This time, simply put, there is no 100% guarantee. I want to make sure this is abundantly clear with everybody. There is no 100% guarantee this is a festival. Why? Because they do it here and there where they flipped it. Last 2 years, they have not. But again, maybe they just don't have a festival for you. Maybe they don't want to squeeze out a festival here because the November festival and the December festival is enough to close out the final chapters, where they just simply, again, don't have a festival to put here, a chapter, whatever. That's why they won't. Simply put, that's what you have to know. And again, with that Easton leak floating around, it also scares us in the way that it's probably Catastrophe Story, because we saw that Tarmiel and Sariel are the next update. So why is there Easton stuff, right? Makes no sense. So most likely, Cat Story. But it could be a festival. Let's keep that in mind. Good. It's iffy. But now, if it is a festival, what can we expect? You have to realize that the September festival, this is why it's a flip one, because it's a 40 million download or 50 million download. In this case, the 60 million download. Now, did the game get 10 million downloads in the last year? Yes, it did. Escanor sold so freaking much, you do not want to know how much. It blew the game up, okay? Melly blew the game up again. Then you had Jobless, which it did not do good on revenue, or it did okay on revenue, but it did more so a lot of downloads. It drove a lot of people to pick up the game, which was big for the game. Simply put, AOT, I don't know actually, because we haven't seen the report yet. When the report comes out, I'll give you more of a better range of knowledge there, but as of right now, we don't know. So, did they reach 10 million extra downloads? Fudge, yeah, they did. Hell yeah, they did. 1 billion% they did. Are they going to say that they did? That's the different part. We don't know, right? They could say that they did. They could say that they didn't. Simply, we do not know. So, if we go off of the 40 million download, what can we expect here? Well, first off, you can expect the worst banner in history. Yeah, so this was the first ever festival. They said, we're never going to put a festival unit back up, but we're going to rate up your festival unit. This is a terrible concept. Everyone rioted, and they responded, said, yeah, okay, we'll never do that again. And they fixed it, correct? So that happened. Beyond that point, this was the 40 million or 50 million download festival. This banner was genuinely not bad, right? Theoretically, we all place the blame on the fact that they're probably trying to bait you before the November festival and the fact that there is a collab right after. So they said, yeah, we're gonna need some of those gems, boys. Slide them over, right? So that's why they did it. Yeah, it's not like you're looking at this now and being like, oh, that's a terrible banner. At the time, it wasn't, right? A lot of people needed Yorm. A lot of people needed Magelda. This is 1 year ago. Realize that now. So these units were kind of fresh to people. So 2 good units there. Tarmiel was still fresh. People still needed him. This still sort of was fresh. Again, more people had it 6-6 because the event was prior to this. But again, that's there. Scotty was there. Much more fresh. This like just released. Like Tyr has the ability to pop up on this banner because Tyr was just where Freyr was. But again, because of how broken Tyr is, I wonder where they put him. They're going to put him on a banner where you're not summoning just because they want to get that money. I'm telling you now that he is a character that so many people skipped and are begging for. So they're going to make sure to do it right, okay? So just keep that in mind, but we'll see. Merlin was, again, a little bit iffy. This Merlin was really good. Summer Elizabeth was still, it's fine. It's collection. This was fine. Okay, you got me there. This was fine. A lot of people skipped it, so it was fine. Collection. So you kind of see it's not a bad banner. It definitely isn't, right? It's not going to compare to something like this. This banner, I told you, is one of the greatest banners the game has ever gotten. You have how many festivals? How many more festivals? Then Merlin over here, Nanashi over here, Tarmiel over here. You have this over here, Melaskula, one of the best kind of Halloween characters in a little bit, right? Yeah. We'll go with that. What is it? Mono, you had this Roxy, which again people were looking for still. This Easton, which nobody summoned for. Still, if they didn't get her for free, they have this also. They have this also. Like, this banner was beautiful. Are we getting this? No. Are you getting something like this, but a little bit spicier? Yeah. It's going to look about like this. It's going to be a decent banner, but not like a broken banner, right? The festival roster should be good because Mayel should be there if it's a light unit. I realize that now because this was the first time that DN made her reappearance. That's why this banner was sort of a must summon, because it's the only time she makes a return. But again, she also, I think, gets added to Coin Shop, so it's also not really worth it in that capacity because soon she'll get added to Coin Shop. But again, Mayel can't be. That's why I told you, you have to pull. If it's a light or dark unit, you have to pull, simply put, because there's no guarantee ever to get that unit again, right? But again, at this point, the banner wasn't bad. The character itself was also pretty good. Overall, it was a good banner. in my opinion, right? And again, it's relative. 1 year ago, this was a great banner to us. Until today, some of these units still stick, and they are pretty good. But a lot of us have pulled them because of how many units we've gotten over time, yeah? But on the 50 million roster side, what was the rest of it? We have the chapter, which is going to happen. Cosmetics for the character, obviously. Coin shop was the regular sin shop because it was a sin festival, theoretically, due to the reason of a release of a sin. This is why people are speculating right now we're going to get a new king or a new Gother. Those are the only two options, really. It doesn't make sense for DN right now at all. Merlin already got two. Escalon already got two. Millie already got too many. Elizabeth already got too many. And you have Bond over here, already got a second one. So the only ones left, technically, are these two. They're the only ones that make sense if it's a Sin Festival. If it's not a Sin Festival, you easily have Chaos Arthur. You easily have... You could also just do Meliodas here, and then the end of year is a 4 Koa banner. You could do it that way. So you can make this Meliodas like... But again, we have too many demons, bro. I don't even want to give that opinion. Don't. Card set. Usually the card sets are always good during a festival, so this will probably be good. 2 relics. We'll probably get relics for characters. Who will those characters be? Honestly, I have no idea. I'm thinking one of the newer characters we've gotten, like maybe Awaken Roxy, something like that. But we'll see. We'll see again, right? But do realize we don't know what's happening here. This is the first time when I'm making one of these videos in a while that there is no guarantee of what drops. There isn't, right? It's similar to the collab one. There was no guarantee of what collab is dropping. We got, the leak, and we knew a collab is coming, so that's why I was able to make the video. Here, you don't know. You don't know, because they can swap it out, because this is a flip one, right? Keep that in mind. But bundles, they're going to obviously make some good bundles here. There's always going to be some quality of life changes. Hopefully there's some good ones. We do have a check-in event. So every festival nowadays gives you 150 to 180 free gems. If it's a standard character, if it is a basic light or dark character, it is a 300 gem festival. But Demon King proved a lie. They gave us 240 of summons, which summons are terrible. Literally terrible. Why are summons terrible? Just because there's no point to summoning like that, right? We want gems so we can, decide what we want to go for. That forces you to summon. Again, in my opinion, if they do that again, they're changing the entire thing of giving you gems. It sucks. It's terrible. I don't like it, but they will probably get away with it because people are happy. Like, yeah, I got summons. It's okay to me. So it's the wrong opinion, in my opinion. It's the wrong opinion, in my opinion, right? But yeah, they can do whatever they want, simply put. But this was what it looked like. Really good login, honestly. Give you a crap ton of SSR pennants, which in my opinion back then, I'm like, dude, I care about the SSR pennants more, dude. Look at that. It's a lot of pennants, man. Again, a free multi as always. This as always. You'll have like a throwaway event, probably the bingo event as usual. Again, regular throwaway stuff. All the cosmetics make a return as always. That always happens. Free gems. Over here we had the Hawk event also kick up. And then that was basically it, right? This was the... what was this? Chapter clear event. So they might kick this up again. Lucky Bag, they always kick up for a festival. Simultaneous clear picked up, right? This was a beautiful thing. Beautiful. That picked up for the first time, and it was 10 out of 10. Amazing event. Will we get this again? Let's see. Training Grotto drop boost event. They're not gonna do it. They've been literally they've been cutting off so many good events. Gear Gacha, that event, the SSR Plus Wish Gacha, the Artifact Wish Gacha. There's so many events. There's so many events that they just threw away. We will get a new Hawk Pass as always, and that's basically it. That's basically it. The Holy Relic materials for the collab that was prior to this expire. That's basically what to expect. The Gother one was the worst update ever made. Like, there is nothing here. You know what's bad when they start with battle events and the village donation event, because there's nothing in this event, right? Bundles. This is it. Look at how dead this patch house was, bro. We were complaining back then. It was such a bad event. Gother was so boring, right? So it's gonna be like one of the smaller festivals of the year. There's just nothing really that happens here. There is no anniversary. There's nothing. It's more of a download celebration, so they're always usually jam-packed with garbage. Are we gonna get new stuff here? Remember, the only things left in the game to release that we know of are Creature Coliseum that was promised to us. We'll find out when that actually releases. Beyond that, though, they said they're gonna improve some of the things with Chaos Battle, being making it where it's actually usable units, not the fact that it's the most broken units are gonna appear. So they said they're gonna revamp that entire idea of it, which means basically they're gonna just ban all the festival units right out that are broken and being used right now. Correct? That's what they're gonna do 100%. So all LR characters, they won't be used. Any character with a high usage rate, it just simply will be banned. Yeah, so Chaos Battles improvements, probably Chaos Battle Season 2. We'll see if they actually take those improvements seriously, but that's it. That's what you can expect for this festival. Again, the main concern, and I want to make this clear that this video is going to age poorly, because yes, they can easily not give you a festival. They can easily swap this out and throw in Easton. They could do that. They could throw in a new Catastrophe story. I just want to make that clear. Seeing that leak isn't promising, but it could also mean that there is no collab in October, and instead it's a Catastrophe story. That could also be the case. Or it could also be the case that Easton is the Halloween unit. That could also be the case. Another Halloween Easton. I don't know. All these are just things that I want to mention. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Okay? With that being said, I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, peace, and enjoy. That has been the what to expect from the 50, or 60 in this case, $60 million festival, which I am hoping it is pretty good. I didn't really talk about the character it could be, but I guess I can say that for a different video. This video is way too long. It's 11 minutes, man. I'm sorry. I'll cut this down, but take care. Have fun.